Oh, and we're on.
All right, so we are back in the plant room, and kind of had a little bit of a sad thing happen. And I was kind of watching the Anthurium Luxurians. You can see the
There's the leaf.
that is the leaf.
Sadness.
Yes, total sadness. It's absolutely just a beautiful leaf. I've been noticing that it's kind of been acting a little bit weird, and it's my fault. It completely just did not. I think I put it in too quickly into soil after rehab, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I was just having too much. I was like, oh, the roots look great. So I cut off. I mean, the stem looks pretty dehydrated, but I think I can save it. I think I've got a good root right there. I did cut off some root rot places. Let me know if you guys think. So this one right here, sometimes what I've found is that this has some peroxide and some water in there. I think maybe I can save it and I'll be okay. There are areas, like I said, that it's looks okay. So we'll see what I can do. I think I just need to get it in instead of some sphagnum moss. So sometimes what I do is I get too excited and I put it into my arid mix too soon. I'm beginning to like stratum a lot more, and I'm thinking that I might try more and more things with that when it's coming from imports to rehabbing it and all of that. But I love to go back to sphagnum moss. I think it's always one that's been a really saving grace, or whatever you want to call it.
Sphagnum moss is the best.
Yeah. And so what I have in here is, I don't usually do this big of a tray, but I've got this sphagnum moss that I usually get from Lowe's. We ordered a bunch. And then this is liquid dirt in here with some water that's just filtered water or something. I can't remember if it's from our
dehumidifier water, yeah.
So I'm probably not gonna, what I'm gonna do is, I have this sitting in here right now to just basically, like, with my peroxide, and you gotta be very careful about the tissue. You don't want it to end up with sitting in full peroxide, and then I try to wash it off afterwards, since I've been doing that, because we don't want it to end up doing anything harmful to it. And then I have my sphagnum moss. I'll probably let this dry, honestly, overnight, and then
we're gonna pull it out of there?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out of there and then keep it in there for a little bit, and then
let the peroxide do its work, like clean it up.
I think so. Well, for right now, and then what I'm trying to do here is I'm putting this liquid dirt in here. I'll want this to kind of, looks like I'm making a cake. Patting it all in there.
Where's the frosting?
Yeah, so, but that's probably a little bit wetter than I'd like it to be, you can see.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to be like that, so I'll probably let it sit out or drain it before I put it in there.
Right.
And we want it to kind of not necessarily callus over, because there's really nothing at this point to callus over except for the top part.
Right.
So I don't know, maybe I'll put it in there right away. Maybe I'll do that. But I think I can save it. I do. I think that I'm a little worried about this part right here. You guys can kind of see there.
Oh, the dark patch?
A little bit, but it looks very dehydrated here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, not squishy, but I know that Anthuriums a lot of times have a tendency to do that when they get dehydrated. They kind of start looking like that, and then they get fine. They're fine afterwards. Yep. So
we had to cut these off if you're just joining.
Yeah.
To save it.
We are very sad about this, because this is just an absolutely beautiful Luxurians, and it is sad to kind of have to do that. But you know what? Sometimes you understand your plant and you do what you have to do.
That's right.
It just broke my heart when I had to cut that, because it's just like, man, I didn't want to do that, but. It is what it is. So we're saving it now, and I've got it soaking in there a little bit. Probably actually going to take it out of here pretty quick.
That's peroxide,
and
water.
I think it's weird. Sometimes when I do this kind of stuff, I feel like I see it looking better already. It's probably all in my head, but whatever.
We had to cut these off.
So do we have more? I need more water probably to.
Okay.
So I'm going to take, and then probably what I'll end up doing is I'll probably get a big old Ziploc bag. I'm going to just go ahead and squeeze some out of there. I don't have like a method to the madness. There's nothing. Sometimes I
usually I have a method to this madness. Now it's just like
I don't
have a method.
No, I don't. And sometimes it's kind of like walking and talking at the same time. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. It's
chewing gum.
Yeah, so I don't want it to be soaking wet. Obviously, we don't want it to rot.
Right.
But we do want a lot of humidity, and we do want a lot of
moisture.
Well, I mean, yeah, a good.
Yeah, we
good
want it
medium.
moist, just not.
And
yeah.
I'll probably check. I have 4 that I'm like really watching. I have a queen that I am rehabbing. Queens just they import terror. They're terrible imports.
Yes.
Although the stratum, I do have one up there. I don't know if you can see it.
Stratum
It's
is
doing
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. After
It's
I
up
put
there.
it wasn't doing
I'm gonna
so.
take them there.
It wasn't doing so well until I decided to put it in the stratum. I was like, I'm gonna try something different.
Yeah.
And I've had a Felix as well that was actually a replacement, one of the ones that I just got. And I was really nervous about it because I've had 2 Felixes before, and both of them died during rehab. So after they got imported, so I was really frustrated.
Nervous, yeah.
Yeah, I was really frustrated with that, but
But that's the queen in the stratum, so it's doing well in its rehab station there.
yeah. So but let me see if I can. And actually, I think the stump doesn't look too terrible.
It looks better, I feel like.
It actually does kind of, and there's actually a pretty good root on there. So
Yep.
I think.
Good.
So can you get me just plain old
Water?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna see here. I'm just gonna look.
I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get some water. Dum-da-da-doo. Dum-da-da-doo. Dum-da-da-dum-dum-dum. Dum-da-da-dum. Get a quick pan of the room.
And so I had that just for a little bit in peroxide water, basically. Now I'm just kind of rinsing off areas, just to make sure I don't have any, because sometimes it can affect the good tissue too, and we don't want that. So we're gonna just we're gonna get it all. So I kind of chopped off a few places that look like it might be rot. I still don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this right here. I sometimes will leave that on there, which I probably. I'm thinking I will. And then that one doesn't seem mushy, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here.
Oh, you're not gonna. Okay.
No, I don't think so, because there's nothing for me to callus over.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'm just gonna let it probably with the fan on.
Kind of air out in here a little bit.
Air out, and then.
These are the ones we had to cut off. Sad.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I think that's going to have to be the best that it is for right now. And then I'll probably end up putting a Ziploc bag over this. But I'll have to keep you guys updated. You know, sometimes I do think there is sometimes when you pay too much attention to a plant, it can be bad as well. But this one, you know, I think I expected too much for it too quickly. And I probably, like I said, I think I put it into the soil just way too quickly. I shouldn't have done that.
I mean, it looked ready. Do you know what I mean?
It did, and I mean, I had the roots were amazing, but you know, sometimes that happens, and I think sometimes we get a little excited.
Yeah.
I should have probably had the dirt lower down, or the aeroid mix lower down. You know, it is what it is. So, you know, I can.
It'll come back strong.
Yeah, and it will. I think I have a good feeling that I can save it. Yeah. So, I like to. That was hard though to do that.
Well, it's crazy. I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
You're like, I think I'm gonna cut these off. Boom, snap.
I wasn't planning on doing it at first because I was like, no, we'll just. And I kind of was debating. You know, sometimes you hear things about like, oh, we gotta keep it so it has that nutrients from the leaf or whatever, and so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with that was the best thing for it. I just went with my plant gut.
Yeah, you did.
And I said, you know what, this is what I gotta do.
Just cut them off.
And I'm going to actually, I'm going to layer, even though there's like a wet layer under there of moss, the stump, I'm going to actually kind of layer it under there.
We use like half a bag of moss on this.
Yeah. So I think that maybe what I'll do, I'm almost tempted to take a Ziploc bag and put it just over this area here.
Yeah. I have one right here. There.
You have a big one?
Oh, it's kind of big. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we could try it. We can see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that one right there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that
maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh,
so
barely,
close.
Barely not enough. Okay.
All right.
So, let's see. I don't want to flash everybody.
Coming up. Let's take a look at this jungle we have here.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the plant room. If you're just joining, we had to do some what do we call it? Not severe, but what's the word? some. It was traumatic, I guess. I don't know.
It was a little dramatic, yeah.
We had to cut off the Luxurian leaves. So
Probably what I'll do.
Janetta says moderate. No, it was worse than moderate.
Moderate.
Moderate work. I'm like, it was. We had to cut off these from this, but you know, we had to.
I mean, you know,
Janetta says, "Oof."
Life goes on.
Yes.
I know it does.
It'll come back strong.
Yeah, it will, and it's fine. And I rehab a lot of Anthurium, so it's like, you know, I'm hoping I'm putting it into create a little bed there.
There.
And then
it's little post surgery.
I don't know. We'll see if that works, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Janetta says, "Oh no!" Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Yeah. But
it had to be done.
It had to be done.
We had to rehab.
I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that specifically. I think letting the stump kind of sit out, and then I've got the roots down here, so maybe I'll just put it like that, and then tomorrow I'll figure out what to do with it. But I'll show you guys a couple of my other rehabs. I mean, I got a lot of rehabs, but this is just one of the ones. So this is a queen. Actually, I can't remember if this was a dark form queen, but I had to do kind of the same thing. And
I feel like it was.
It was the same company. I'm a little bit disappointed, and I probably shouldn't be opening this. But, oh, hey. I'm leaving it alone. I'm putting it back right there.
Yay.
Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. And then I'm going to get some little bit of water in there. I can see that it's very happy. I mean, this was a full...
Yeah,
it was a huge, beautiful dark form.
It was crazy.
And it was starting to not do good, not do well. So, and that's, a lot of queens are like that. So when you rehab them. So and then I got a Linaris in there, Hoya Linaris, or Linaris, whatever you want to say. I've never propagated Hoya. I'm doing lots of different methods with it.
Yep.
I think, actually, we got a little root right there.
Yay.
So I think, and so I'm going to put that, that was just kind of more of a experimenting, and then I got something else in there, and I don't know what that is. What is that? I don't know what I have in there.
Oh, I think that's
Put that. Yeah.
I think that's. I don't know.
So I'm kind of happy about that, because this is one that I had made that kind of like the same decision like that. I was just like, just gonna chop it. I'm gonna chop it. So I took off
to save it. Yeah.
And then another one let's see which one this is. I don't think I'm going to say this one. This is the Splendidum. I think
Oh, gosh.
The Splendidum, if you know anything about the Splendidum. And how did that get like that? Oh. Splendidum. I don't know.
It's not the right name, really.
It's not
It's
splendid.
not splendid at all.
It's not. It's just so frustrating. So, I can't even believe that it's alive right now, honestly. But,
I guess we can call it alive.
if you want to call it this. I don't think... that's not good right there. I will be surprised if this one even, I think is dead pretty much, but I did what I could do. I don't know what I could do with this little stump. Tell me what you guys think. I don't think. Oh, no, there's mush.
Oh, man.
So I might as well just go ahead and cut off.
That?
Because I don't know. There's no point in that. So... I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and honestly, we're just going to do it.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You just went for it.
I don't know. There may be nothing here that I can do.
Who knows?
But.
A miracle.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody? Anybody think anything here? I don't know. Any
suggestions here? We're open to them because, man, the Splendidum has been like... Has been anything but splendid.
And honestly, this was kind of like, I already thought it was dead. I had it in a terrarium, and then... I saw a little green. I was like, I thought it was dead. So I was like, I'll go ahead and try to at least save what I can save. So who knows, it's just a little frustrating because I've had, was this the third one or second one? I think it's the second one.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating because it's weird. It likes 1,000% humidity, which is fine. But
its own, it's weird. It's like...
I probably shouldn't have put the cover over that right after cutting or whatever. Whatever.
We're at the point where it's just kind of like...
I don't know. You know what? I'll leave it out. And then just remind me tomorrow to...
Me remind you?
Yeah, you remind me tomorrow.
Okay. Janetta says you're performing surgeries. All caps, surgeries.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything there, but... And then this one, this is another queen. How did I get 3 queens?
I think we have 4 or 5.
Maybe that's not a queen.
No, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
No, because I rehabbed... Oh, I don't know. I don't think that's a queen. I think that's something else.
Okay.
I don't... This is definitely a queen. And I think we're okay here. I think we're okay on this one. But this one, same thing. This was the dark form, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and so... That's weird that I think that that's a queen, too. But
I think it is.
I don't know. Why did I have 3? Oh, I guess I did.
Yeah.
I do like queens. I like to live on the edge. I like to live dangerously. So, this one is, I don't want to look at it really because it looks green, so we're good.
There we go.
We're good. We're good. I like to, I'm kind of spraying it down and letting it, I'm trying not to make it, rot or anything like that by doing too much of that. But I think we're good. This is
okay.
It's
all right.
It's green.
All right.
So, splendid them, though.
Dang splendid them.
Yes, frustrating. It
is like I would never recommend it.
I think it's probably the hardest
yes.
plant
by
I've
far.
had. And I don't...
We've had some hard plants, too.
Yeah, this is probably the hardest plant I think I've had. And so, even the fact that it was, like, even somehow miraculous...
Right.
I saved it the first time.
Yep.
And then it didn't like it, and I should have caught it well before. I didn't. It was stupid, but... Whatever. And then, okay, so we'll see what happens with this.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens with this. I'm gonna tuck it in there like that, and then don't know. We'll see. But anyways, so I just had to show you guys this because
yes, we just wanted to document the surgery, I guess.
Document the little
the emergency
and the sadness. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, there's nothing more for me to do. On here, I mean, I
Look
guess
at those. Oh
we'll
man, oh man. Rest in love.
Yes, beautiful.
Beautiful
Right.
Luxurian leaf.
So now it's just I got a new plant. I got a couple new plants. Going to show you this.
Yeah.
I got this is Epiprimnum, whatever. I have that Amplicimum variegata. So I thought that was pretty.
Very pretty.
I don't know what this is normally, but it was $45, so it was pretty. I'm gonna show you another one. Where did I put all of them? So I've got this. I've been having my eye on this for a long time. I'm not even a big Syngonium person, but this is a Syngonium tricolor. I think that this was a decent price for it, $45. I know it's been coming down. It used to be a lot more expensive than that.
I remember it used to be really,
it was
really...
like 100 and something,
Sheesh.
and then I think it was even more than that. But I think it's just super pretty.
It is.
And this was a really good one that they had. And then, what else did I get? There was another.
I think...
What else did I get? I got a lot more. I got the beefsteak. I saw somebody... I'll show this to you. I got the beefsteak.
It's a little beefsteak.
Yeah. So it's so cute. Someone had a crazy beefsteak on some group. And then I got one that looks like a beefsteak. This is
what we thought. Yeah.
Got started. And somehow I ended up with
both of them.
So and that was kind of like not really accident, but sort of. But this is really pretty, and I love begonias.
She does love begonias.
I do. They're my favorite. Like
I
think begonias are like. I don't know, begonias of all sorts, especially the Rex begonias.
Yeah, she loves her Rex begonias.
I do like them. I feel like they... Oh, look at that. Look at that beautifulness.
Yeah. That is pretty.
So pretty. It looks like a little forest down there.
Yeah.
So,
Korema says so many plants.
Yes, so many plants. Got a lot of them.
Yes.
And then I got... So this is weird, but I have never had one of these before, which is kind of... I've been wanting this
surprising to me.
Sapotica? I don't even remember the name of this.
No idea.
But it's like a super common one, I guess, but like not common one.
Common, not common, but we don't have one, and now we do.
Yeah, so
we didn't have one.
I'm happy. It was only $7.50, which I guess it's not expensive as it is anyways, but I just got it because I was happy. What else can I show you guys? What else to show you guys? Let's go around just a little bit here.
Okay.
And talk a little bit about some things. I'll show you just guys real quick. This whole day I've been we've been kind of rearranging and also dusting leaves and feeding and all kinds of stuff.
We have a question.
Yes.
Korema says, can you recommend plants for apartments patio on the 3rd floor in Texas?
Okay, so Texas is a little bit hot.
Hot.
A lot of it.
Dry.
Hot. and dry.
Yeah.
And so...
At least that's what I think.
in a pot. In a pot.
Yeah.
So,
no, it says, can you recommend plants for... Oh, well, it's on a patio on the third
Third
floor.
floor.
So, yeah, it's got to be... Should be in a pot, yeah.
So, there's lots of options.
Patio?
So here's the thing. You can get just about... I don't know when you guys really start your winters. I know it's probably still pretty mild temperature. You can probably, depending on what the sun's like, you can, as long as you have bright and direct light, which often patios do provide,
Right.
you should be able to put most anything on your patio. Now, that being said, if you're going in a wintertime, you want to make sure that it's not dipping down below 50, and you also want to make sure that you are giving... I don't know how humid it is there, so just make sure... Plants can adjust to different humidity levels,
Right.
but like your anthuriums, your a lot of your airways in general are going to like higher... They like higher than 60. You really need to have them higher than 60 on the humidity. And you can get a gauge. You can actually get on... and you can show them.
Oh, yeah, the gauge.
So, yeah.
Shoot.
And so you can actually get those on Amazon.
Yes.
And they're...
Or on that place where you get stuff.
place where you get stuff.
So yeah, humidity, temperature, and you like she said, the higher humidity, the better.
Yeah.
And then above 60 degrees and not above 90, right?
So your plants are going to be able to adjust to... Plants are very resilient, and they are able to adjust to a lot of different conditions. The biggest thing that I used to keep my plant like around like early May, end of April here in the Midwest, I would start taking all my plants out, everything. But then when I started collecting rare plants, I was like, I don't think I want to do... I did do that the first year.
Yep.
Year and a half, and then I noticed that just I think with global warming and just climate change in general, things started changing over the years. I can definitely feel it in the way that my plants are responding to being outside. Of course, there's lots of different things that can contribute to that, but I do think that you could probably have just about anything out there. Just the biggest rule is make sure it's not directly in the sun. There should be some filtered light. It should be bright for most plants. If it's something like a calathea, absolutely not. Probably, I would not start.
I wouldn't
with
recommend a calathea. No.
I would start with something simple like some kind of philodendron. Most philodendrons are very, very easy to take care of. Scindapsus are great. They're better for kind of like the indoors a lot of times because they're great with even lower lights. Even though they say that it's tolerant to certain conditions, that doesn't mean necessarily that's where it's going to thrive the most. But if you have like a philodendron of some sort and you put it on a moss pole, you're going to get great looking. Thank you, Alexandra. Appreciate you saying that. It definitely is something that you could probably put just about any, but like I said, I'd stay away from the calatheas, especially outdoors, and then I'd also stay away from...
I mean, do we have an example to show? Be like, hey, something like this? Maybe?
Yeah, you can show, in fact, if you want to show kind of the...
I'm wondering, like something like this, maybe?
So this is probably going to do better indoors. This is a very easy plant.
Yes.
Very, 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 very easy. Now, I have neglected this plant for so long, and then I was like, you know what? I really like the way this plant looks, so I'm going to bring it inside. I'm going to bring it in the plant room, and I'm going to see what it looks like. And it's been thriving. And so just with a little bit of love...
What is it? I don't know what it is.
This is a black cardinal.
Black cardinal.
Black cardinal.
Philodendron black cardinal. So you would recommend this maybe for the patio or no?
I would.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is a great one, but you just don't want to get water on the leaves or anything like that.
If you like that kind of look, not sure what kind of look... I mean, if you like an alocasia,
alocasias are easy.
That's so.
You just gotta make sure you're watering them really well. They do like they like a lot of, and they're amazing looking.
Yeah.
You see what they
look at that.
Yeah, I mean it's just absolutely amazing.
Yep.
And so you can see my silver dragon here. That looks pretty
that
ridiculous.
looks so great.
Isn't that ridiculous looking?
That is amazing.
I don't know. And you know what's funny? So and you learn to look at your plants and adjust. So this one here, kind of the same thing. I was kind of neglecting it, kind of not doing for it, and then you can see kind of the leaves back there that were curling. It was in like a lower light situation. I wasn't fertilizing it very much. I was kind of neglecting it, and I was like, no, I got to get this together because this is one of my favorites. I love it, and it's not very prone to... Now, alocasias, if you know anything about them, the thinner leaf ones have a tendency towards spider mites. That's
don't even like saying the word.
But the thicker leaf ones, like the silver dragon, they're great. They don't really. They're very easy to take care of. I put mine in an aroid mix.
Pretty well resistant.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the. I mean, that just doesn't.
Alocasia silver dragon. That's what that is.
Yes. And then what are those? I've never seen those. So this is a silver dragon. Alocasia.
Can you feel on the leaves?
Yeah. So they're like almost kind of like a like a shield. I remember the first time.
It looks so 3D.
Yes, I remember the first time that I saw alocasias. I was like, that cannot be a real plant.
It's crazy.
And you think, okay, that's just a picture. No. It looks like this in person.
I think she wanted you to like make sure it's not a picture.
That's funny.
So like, can you feel the leaves to let us know it's real?
Let me show you something though. I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
And this is actually probably good to get on camera. So you see this right here. This is basically the alocasia's flower. Now I don't know how. Mix that up there. I know how to get corms to propagate. I don't know how to propagate
from the alocasia flower.
I don't. But look what I'm going to do. You guys see what I'm going to do here? Boop.
Oh.
Why did I do that? Anybody in the class want to?
Class. Anyone? Why did she do that?
Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
Cut that off?
I did this because it takes a lot of energy from the alocasias, and you'll start noticing that your plant is looking pretty puny.
Yep.
So I don't like the flower anyways, so it's not a big deal. But I think there's some way. Let's open this up. I don't know if that's like. I think that's how it basically...
Oh, wow.
Sorry, my fingernails are all gross from... But you do something with another something. I don't know. But I don't... I mean, this is a flower. And now you got to be careful about touching any parts of alocasias because there are calcium oxalates in the plant, particularly in the...
the thicker leaf ones? Oh, yeah.
Not just the roots.
Yeah.
You will... I mean the roots or anything and you will know if you hit some calcium oxalate if your fingers start feeling like they're numb and tingling and like been bit by 30,000
or like glass, like shards of glass.
Pretty much. And I had that happen and I was so stupid for doing that, but it happened. So let's see. Angel says, I have heard a lot about conflicting information about cutting the flower. I will tell you just from experience, cut the flower. Cut the flower.
On every plant?
Well, see, that takes more. Every plant, it does take more energy. But the thing is I'm not going to be propagating that.
Right.
And I can.
Alocasia, I would
Angel,
definitely.
I'll tell you. Almost any. I mean, but that's the point of plants, though. A lot of times,
on the Anthurium,
you
I'm just kind of like, I don't.
Well, the Anthurium's weird, but you think about it, even like when it had the berries or whatever.
That's right.
It took a lot of energy.
That's right.
It just takes a lot of energy. Absolutely. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Steve Reeves. And then, it's never finished. It's never quite finished.
Never,
ever. But we're working on it. It's still going. This is sad, Steve. Steve, I have to show you something.
Oh yeah, if you're just joining.
We had to cut this. So yeah, that.
Steve, we had to cut the Luxurian's leaves.
Yeah, so that was a project
and
for
perform.
Tonight. But Angel, what you were asking or what you were saying about that
conflicting.
Just what I've seen from what I've read and what I've seen, it's very. It's not. It doesn't. When the flowers start coming up, the alocasia starts not doing very well.
Yeah.
At least that's my experience. Now you may have a different experience, so I say everyone's got a little bit different experiences, but I just know for mine it does not. Everything I've read has been kind of the absolutely, and everything I've read and honestly from just having I love alocasias. Alocasias are probably. Alocasias are probably my favorite group. Now they're kind of becoming a little less on my favorite group of plants. I'm getting a little frustrated with them because of the dang spider mites that I deal with them. But I do love them. Anthuriums are just a solid. They're solid.
They really
and it's
are.
like it's almost like I don't want to say they're my favorite because I don't know. I feel like they're like.
Is it because they're my favorite?
I don't know.
Is that why you don't want to say they're your favorite?
So, I almost did. I almost did cry. I felt like it was so, but I knew I needed to do it, and I almost did. And I was like, I'm just gonna leave it on there. But I just, you sometimes you go with your gut. It's been looking a little weird to me lately.
Yeah.
And then I kind of started looking at the base, and I could see there was root rot. And what I did is I put it in the soil too quickly, and I shouldn't have done that. And I kind of knew. Yes, we did. Eki put some, he put the...
No, he got me some lights. He said he got some... he got some lights.
I was like, wow,
we also got lights, Steve.
How did you notice that there's new lights up there?
We added the white light here to the pink. So
well, that's awesome. Good.
Yeah,
I think this is a good a good time to kind of start getting new lights.
Yeah, winter's coming.
We really like the what is the name of the ones that we get again? These ones. I mean, we obviously like the Vivo Sun.
Vivo Sun all day. We love the Vivo Sun.
But there's also the other ones that we've been getting a lot of, and especially the white ones. The pink ones are kind of like I have mixed feelings about them because I like them for certain plants.
Yeah.
But I kind of
so we were like let's
plants.
do both.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, we're gonna do both. So we put both of them up there.
Like let's put up lights for flowering, light for growing.
So we've got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And honestly, our big goal right now, you can see obviously the big mess right here that we got going on. But our big goal is going to be to really get these, you know, my goal, mature and just healthy and happy looking. And then anyone that needs, any of these that need moss poles, there's this, you know, obviously there's a Sydney plant guy, but there's another lady she does crazy. She's on the Instagram. I just found her a couple days ago and I don't even remember her name, but she, I think she's maybe from China or somewhere like that. Because I think the writing was, I don't know. I think that's what it was.
But
she has
looked
the most
Asian.
interesting. Now this is gonna drive me crazy because I feel like I need to get her name. But anyways, she had like everything from Golden Pothos, from Cebu Blue, all these different ones, just how Sydney Plant Guy, and they were just beautiful. I mean, she's got the same concept going on with basically put them on moss poles and you know, fertilizing and watering the moss
the
pole.
plants were drinking.
And they just looked amazing. And that's my goal to really get that going on here, because I do feel like you know, it is easy to neglect the plants. And so the whole point of putting the plants and there's so much work to do in here. Always. But it's just never going to stop in here. So, let's see here. Oh, you got a dubia. Awesome. I love
great.
dubias. Dubias are a must. I feel like it's got, it just makes me very happy. So and we want the jungle vibe. Yes, we do.
It's jungle where the animals at.
You know what's funny? We had, what was it that she had that you you had a caterpillar.
Yes.
And he's like, should we put the caterpillar in here?
I almost put it in here.
No.
It's going to eat the leaves.
But we got enough crickets right now. We'll
oh my
call
gosh,
them
there are
animals.
crickets in here, yeah.
We used to have frogs in our, I don't think
they're here anymore.
There's no more frogs.
They always try to escape, so I feel like they escape.
But I feel like we used to have, because we kind of had like a little pond, natural, not accidental pond.
It was.
Really more like in our backyard, and then like you put up a deck and it's not.
And I drained it. I drained the swamp.
So now it's no longer a swamp, and so we don't have any more frogs out there. But we did have a couple frogs that lived in here.
Yep.
They looked like they were malnourished, but they liked it in here for some reason.
They did. They really did.
And I would go around when I'd find them, and it would be random. I'd find them a month later from the first time I saw them, and the next time I saw them, and then I would get my I don't know if this is right. Maybe I'm wrong to do this.
would spray
but
them.
I would spray them with water because they looked like they needed it, and it was almost like they liked it that I was doing that.
Did.
So I don't know. I mean, I try to put little water stuff sometimes, but I don't know if that even helped anything.
Oh,
so,
that's funny.
Yeah, and then Angel, are you in a greenhouse? No, this is just a room, and it's
just a room, huh?
It's just a room, and so we have in our house six rooms, something like that. One's kind of like it was supposed to be like a media room, but it's not.
We turned it into a bedroom.
No, it's just we turned it into a bedroom. So 6 with that, and then so almost 4 of the 6 rooms in our house have been greenhouses, you could say. But this is the one that we've taken the most seriously. Yeah. Now you see the moss poles looking a little goofy over there. We've got to do some stuff.
We do.
But this is a work in progress. It's always working on stuff.
Always under construction.
And it started 3 years ago with trying to figure out what room was the right room.
Yep.
So I wish I could share pictures on here.
I know.
Because the funniest thing, if you saw my plant wall from what
the first plant wall,
it's funny. It's so funny. But you know what?
Hey,
though?
I was so happy with it though.
But you know what though, and I look at it like that. You know, life. You change, you grow. If something doesn't feel right, you change, you grow, you pivot, you figure out another way to do something different if you don't like what it feels like. And that I just was struggling with it's not where I want. And it was literally just one wall, which I felt like I was like, oh, that's a lot on the wall. Yeah. And it's just, I really need to do a video on like the progression of the walls throughout our house. We had another, the room above here, a little over to the left. It was pretty spectacular up there too.
It was.
I mean, it was.
It was.
And this is still very messy down here to some extent. But up there, it was pretty cool because I had all my terrariums in there. And it really was. I mean, it just was a really... now it's an office and it just has a few plants in
it's
there.
Weird. You would never guess that it was a plant room.
No, it's crazy. but so this is one. And there's a big mess on the floor all
yeah,
right now. We're doing lots of things right now.
installing lights.
But usually we've been having this nice and clear for the most part.
We do like to keep it clear.
Or we try to keep it clear anyways. It's kind of been... But yeah, so this is kind of where things are right now. And then I'll show you around here.
Yes.
Let me just go around here. So we're going to put that art up there a little higher and then get those looking. And he put up a light over there, but you can kind of see even on this side, just kind of some different things here. And I've got a colocasia here, an elephant ear from outside. The funniest thing about this one, I got a funny thing. This is one that I probably out of all the plants, this is definitely one that I've been neglecting. I just threw it outside and like, hey, you're going to survive outside. I brought it in here. I was like, you know what? I've seen them in the upstairs when I had them in one of the plant rooms, that one I was talking about. It just was crazy beautiful. And so I was like, I'm gonna see what it does again. I want to see what it looks like in here. I might end up putting it somewhere in there, or maybe I won't put it up there. But not? Like, well, I want those I want this to eventually end up being super full up here. But yeah, that's gonna take a little bit of figuring out and readjusting. So those are just up there right now. Yeah, that's nice. So, and our elbow up there. Love that elbow. And then, so we brought this in there. It's already doing just so great. I feel like it's just very happy. I did cut some leaves off because it was looking kind of little bit. I don't know. Wasn't that looking that good? Really so, good but yeah. So, and let's see here. Okay, so I see the plant I want. Let me see real quick
I see the plant I want. I like that.
I missed a bunch of comments here. I don't know why it kind of lags a little bit, so I don't see the comments. This is the one plant that I love. Remember, you was all rounded. I want a dubia really bad. Nancy says, I want a dubia really bad. Love frogs. Yes, frogs are absolutely right. Sorry, it lagged, Steve, so I don't know where it was. It was somewhere. I see that plant I want. You know what? I got to show you one that I think is highly under...
is it the Summer Glory?
Yes, the Summer Glory. So...
Did I just remember that?
Yes. Isn't that crazy? Does that not even look... That looks unreal. It just doesn't even look real. And then I got this weird leaf coming out. I don't know what is happening there. Why? What?
It's
why?
Weird. Yeah,
what?
That is.
Why?
They don't even look like the same plant.
No, it's like what happened? There's nothing. I don't know what happened. I could tell it was kind of coming out weird. So, and then we got a Luxurians.
Even though we had to cut the other one, this one's coming with the new leaf.
It's kind of like telling us, hey, don't worry, things grow back. Things grow back. So, and then Angel says, I asked because I thought the Luxurian sneeze. Yes, it does. Yeah, it absolutely does. So we actually, one of the things that we do is we do have our crane humidifier, which I ordered another one. This is my absolute favorite. It's very dirty right now. This has gotten dirt and everything else over it from everything dropping. We have two right now. One by our plant hospital, and then one obviously right here, and then I want another one kind of for this area here.
I think we just ordered it,
and
right?
Then I got this I'll have to talk about that at some point.
Yeah,
the begonia decisis or cystis color. Ugh, it's a whole story.
But you know what?
But I'm happy about it.
I hope for the new one.
Then let's see. What was I going to show you? Oh, the humidity usually stays around 70.
Yeah.
If we close the door, we'll get a lot higher than that, obviously.
It'll get up. At night, it'll be 90-ish.
Yeah. So, but I think that the plants really do well. Now, sometimes you'll get things like that will happen if you get any water directly on it. But I decided that I'm going to put my Frydek here. This thing, I love the Frydek. I love the Frydek so much, but I'm so frustrated with it.
My son's favorite
yes.
name, plant.
I love this one so much, but it is Spider Mite City.
It is just...
Spider Mite City. And this looks like a big leaf, but we have one in his room actually that's probably the size of like, I mean, it's... Yeah. Well, it's bigger than this leaf, and this was actually from water accidentally. So, but yeah, it's bigger than that.
Yeah,
I think. Maybe it's about that size. So it's pretty big. Yeah. And then we'll probably end up putting the other. I may just move the humidifier around. Yeah. So always something to do in the plant room. So, thank you. Yeah, it's still a work in progress. Got a lot to do. Always projects going on. Need to know the name I want. I can't remember it. Oh, what was the name? It wasn't the chia pence, was it? There was, what was the one?
Is this Steve?
Yes, I can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
All of those plants. Yeah, these are all pretty high. I'll tell you the ones that are the biggest, honestly, though, Angel. That are the total like
giver.
No. The total, like, they are the humidity indicators.
Oh yeah.
This one right here, if it gets too low humidity or if it gets it needs water,
if you don't have a gauge,
it's very dramatic. And then of course Calatheas in general. This Orbifolia.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's yelling at me right now.
Is it saying
it's a little annoyed with me? Humidity? It's a little bit, but. It is all that.
I guess I don't speak Orbifolia, so I can't tell.
Berta says, what kind of lights are those? So the ones up here are Viva Sun, and then the ones down here, I don't know the name. What are they?
They're just some generic. Honestly, they're full spectrum. These guys.
Oh, these are. I feel like these are different though.
Yeah, they are.
We don't even know what they are. What is the name of this?
The usual ones that we get, these purple ones and other white ones that we have. I just went with these ones because they were cheaper.
Yeah, and they do the job. I guess
they do the trick. And like honestly, I feel like we use these white ones more to see.
You get them on Cramazon. Yeah, we use the white ones because we like to be able to see, and the pink
like
makes it really difficult.
But the purple does really work as far as giving, I don't know, the light they need to grow.
Yeah, does something.
These are supposed to be full spectrum. No idea. They look a little not full spectrum. But
look at this new leaf that's coming through with the Jose Bueno.
Isn't it Bueno?
Bueno. Jose Bueno.
We'll call it Bueno, I guess.
Jose Bueno. I don't know. But yeah, look at that. That is happy.
Well, look at the older leaves. It didn't have enough light before when we got it, and then us putting it in, especially that purple light really works.
Yeah, it's just happy. It's happy.
Yeah.
I had it kind of in a place where it probably wasn't quite as happy. So, it has a painting behind it with red on the painting. Right on the painting. Okay, so this is the one right here that is a reverted pink princess. Yep. That one there. This one.
White princess.
Is the white princess, which I don't like them up there because you can't really see the leaves. So I'm probably going to take those down.
Right here.
And then this is the Columbia, which is you can see, it's pretty. And then we've got the Lainami, which is.
Oh, I think it was the Lainami.
Was it the Lainami?
I think so.
So Lainami is a crazy one. I think it is a crawler. Yeah. I'm almost certain. I'm 99.9% sure it's a crawler. We actually have it tied up. That does not look good. I will figure that out later.
What? What do you mean?
But it's okay though because it's just supporting it.
It's working.
So I've got to figure out some plan for that because I know it's a crawler and it's.
You don't like my.
You said it's staring at. That's funny. And then let's see here. I'm losing the. Sorry, I'm scrolling through Chrome, having a hard time figuring out where I am. It's the same plant, top shelf. I'm pretty sure it's that one. So
yeah, I think it is.
What is the name of the long, wrinkly one on the shelf? If you're talking about that one,
maybe it was
that's the Patriciae.
Yeah.
So
philodendron.
Yeah, philodendron Patriciae, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
Specs
on
that.
One of our best buys has been the Patriciae.
It's on a pole. Yes, thank you. Okay, yeah, and then so the Lainami, and then the Patriciae, which is definitely I highly recommend this one. This is so
10 out of 10.
Yeah, it is so, and it's got another something coming up there. It is so easy to care for, and I'm neglecting it. And it still looks like that. And now
we're not neglecting it.
I mean, I don't pay super attention to it.
No, we just let it do its thing.
I don't know. This is just. I just think if you're gonna get one, you should get this one. It is.
Highly recommend.
We love our Bessier too. Although the Bessier's been such a beautiful. Oh hey, it's got a little look behind there. Whoops! Everybody there? Everybody okay? Everybody make it? You guys okay? Did you guys have your seatbelts on? Sorry about that, guys. I hope you guys all had Steve, I just said, "Oh no," and then Steve says, "You dropped me." Ouch. Oh goodness. So okay, so there's another Bessier leaf, which is absolutely just
she's happy.
Yeah, and so that Bessier has just been a real giver. Now it's weird because the Bessier and some other Anthuriums will do this whole thing with the spider mites, and then it will only affect one leaf. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know.
It's like the spider mites are like, well.
Yeah, it is. And it's like, I don't know. So like it will happen to one leaf and it does that. And I just leave it, I treat it, leave it alone, and it does fine usually. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean the Bessier, I highly recommend a Bessier, but absolutely. Honestly, some plants, I do think it's almost worth paying a little bit more for the bigger size just because this was well established and it has for good, 2 years now? Yep. I feel like it's been everything. Yes, now it's looking a little bit.
It's a proud father.
Yeah, it is. And I'll show you this Eckie actually, this is a Frigidea in the Bessier, which he propagated. So that's pretty amazing. Hybridized. I keep saying, well, whatever. And then, but it's so beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. And it's such this is like a year in the making. Yeah. So, and the funny thing is, here's the funny thing about this. He was originally doing it to sell them, and he did it from seed. He did it from pollinating this Bessier with the Frigidii that's over here.
Yeah. And pollinated the Frigidii, that's the proud mama.
Yeah, and so, but the funny thing is we got like 8, and they took forever to grow. 7? Was it 7? 7. And so they took forever to grow, and then finally when they did grow,
16 months later.
Yeah, 16 months later. Yep. We just were kind of ignoring them a little bit, so that's why they probably took so long. But then I didn't want to sell them because I was just like, no, here's another one. Here's this so cute. And then, no, that's not another one. This is actually one. But yeah, it just, I was like, man, I don't want to. We lost one. We did lose one out of all of them.
Wait, it's in the terrarium.
No, I don't think it will. I thought it would, but like, I also just recently, because these were a couple of smaller ones that weren't looking too good, so I recently planted it in the terrarium. I cleaned out our terrariums here and replanted some new stuff.
And to make sure we didn't sell them. That's
why
that's why she planted them in there.
And it already got a new leaf, that little tiny leaf there. And then, so these are some of the ones, and I got Silver Dragon that these are some of the ones that weren't doing too well, but I really wanted to just give them their environment that they need. Don't make fun of my come and go cup in there. This is strategic, okay? See? That's what I do. This helps it. And it honestly, whenever I'm transplanting something into a terrarium or into anything where it's kind of like struggling just a little bit, what I do is I just put its own little humidity dome, and that's recycling for you right there. So, but what I do, yeah, exactly, it does. And then, that's a peperomia. And then that was one actually I propagated from a leaf. This is a turtle, Bandino peperomia. And I remember I saw somebody on, and I never know if we can say the other platforms, the FB, the FB. I saw somebody on the FB that they posted something and they did like peperomia leaves propagation, and I thought it was the craziest thing. I was like, is this real? Is this do you? And everyone was so fascinated by it, they couldn't even. So I was like, you know what, I started asking the person questions, and then because I could never get them to propagate, so I asked them questions, and then I started going crazy with it.
Is now
and now I think I'm
full-fledged.
But I've kind of been laying off doing any propagation from peperomias for a little bit. I love peperomias, they're great, but
you were making so many of them.
Yeah, I think I love them. They're great, but I don't know. I kind of stopped with the begonia leaves for a little bit, and then I kind of stopped with the peperomia leaves. We're in Missouri, and then Hook, Line, and Drinker. That's funny. That's funny. That's a funny name. I've got 2 huge peperomia reds. Oh, I bet you that is nice. In my Paludarium. Is that? Oh, I bet that looks good. I think that's the one that's like, it's kind of like isn't it like I don't even, I see that in my head right now. Almost like, not like an IKEA shelf thing, but it's like, it looks like it's literally like its own habitat. It's the coolest thing. I would love to make one. So, Let's see. I'm sorry if I missed anybody's comments. I think when I dropped it, I dropped my brain too. So, so I apologize. And then that's so cool. Yeah, I would love. Yeah. So she, or I don't know if Hook, Line, and Drinker says it's a terrarium with a water. Yes.
Oh.
Water feature. I built my. I love that. Love it. I want to do that.
That's it. We're doing it.
It's rainforest. Okay. I love that. I've been wanting to do that. That is just so, my goodness. Like I've been watching a lot of things about that, but I have so many plants right now. But you know what would be kind of cool though? Sometimes it feels really good to take plants that just need the love and put them in the terrariums, because I have a lot of terrariums that are these kind of terrariums, obviously. But no, but I've been wanting that. And I did get a IKEA cabinet, never did anything with it. I want to do it. I think I'm going to do it because I think... well, I don't know if I won't do it that. I guess we could do it with that.
I would line the bottom. I would.
But it'd be a small one because usually they're skinny. I'm pretty sure Hook, Line, and Drinker. I was gonna say Sinker, but isn't it pretty like they're usually taller and skinny, and they look like they're literally something out of like.
So taller than the cabinet that we have.
Well, taller than the little one we have.
Really?
I suppose you could make one in there.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
But it's got, like they were saying, it's got a water feature.
Like almost
so
like
it's very cool looking.
It's type of
kind of, but like skinnier, and then
tall.
And then it literally looks like a rainforest in it, and it's the coolest thing. I don't know. I think Harley G did one. On something, and I just remember thinking after that I was like, I'm doing it. But it's funny, Harley G just like totally was like, this is my first time I'm doing it, and I don't know how to do anything, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm like that kind of a little bit, like I just jump in. Probably that's the wrong way to do it, but I don't know.
She's like, hey, do this.
Or him. A lot of times him. But I'll do a lot of stuff myself. So, but that we'll probably do together, I think.
Yes,
so
we will.
Whatever this is. I don't know why I got this. I don't know how this ended up in my... But this is...
In the cart.
So this is frustrating. This is the frustrating part sometimes about buying plants. We just bought this the other day, and I think we were kind of talking to the plant people so much. They mentioned something about this. They kind of briefly mentioned, these tend to get spider mites. Yeah. And I just we were just so distracted. But then I'm looking at it here, and I'm like, this has spider mites. So it was almost like they're trying to tell on themselves. That's not right. Yeah, like, I'm like, I feel like they were like trying to tell me, but not tell me. So, but now I see it. That's frustrating. Anyways, let's see. Okay, so, sorry if I missed some. I'm going to, I think that'd be very, very cool to see. I will have to look at that. And then if your friend has a phone with him, tell him to check your page. I have a video of it on here. Mine is a 40-gallon show tank. Okay. Do it. I've never seen one before. You guys do it. I will. I think that inspires me. Thank you for inspiring me, Hook, Line, and Drinker. I'm gonna Drinker. I'm gonna do that. I can't. But yeah, we'll have to. We'll have to do that. And then maybe we'll even bring you guys along when we do that.
Yes.
That'd be very cool. And then, it does look like some kind of, I don't know, I forgot the name of these. I do know what they are, but I can't remember. So if you're asking how can you tell that it has spider mites, so this one's kind of hard to tell, to be real honest, and I don't know if it's just spider mite damage, but like if you look at like these tiny, almost like little white dots, almost like discolorations on the leaf, this is not a great example of it. You can see webbing sometimes, and it literally looks like almost like a spider went on your plant sometimes. Although that sometimes can be other things, like even mealy bugs can do that.
Don't say that.
But I try to keep the spider mite stuff out of here. So I don't see. I was trying to see if I could find you one. Oh, well, no, let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you spider mite damage. So you know what it looks like, because you're going to have it. If you have plants, and you have a lot of plants, it's going to happen. And it's just good to know and be aware. So right there, you see those little like white like spots right there. Now this has been treated, so that's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
But you can see right there,
yep.
That's what spider mites do. And often what you'll see is you'll see like kind of like a webbing of like almost like literally like spider. I mean they're I guess mites is what they are.
What they do.
But they have these little webs,
yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things where it's like it's probably one of the, I feel like it's the most common thing that I deal with.
Yep.
But sometimes scale is something. Scale's one of those ones that it will haunt you forever if you get it. And I just, did it. Oh, that's frustrating. You know what's funny? Not funny. Angel, let me tell you. So let me show you. Let me show you right here. So this Gloriosum, same thing. It almost almost done. Yep. Because I feel like this is a notorious one as well. Yeah. I feel like the velvety heartleaf ones of philodendrons, they just are notorious for that. The melanochrysum, the varicosums are terrible for that. Yep. And I really think the key is keeping the leaves as clean as possible, as often as possible, and then also high humidity. Yep. That's the only way, but I feel like I still, even with that, I struggle. So I don't know. I think it's just what it is, and but that's frustrating. Treat it. I don't know. That's so frustrating. Watch but yeah. So, well, I'm gonna probably that's exactly right. That is exactly right. And honestly, I feel like, sometimes certain plants, I guess if you really, really love them, then you're okay with doing that. But like, I like the Freydick. Here's the thing about the Freydick. I love the Freydick. Love it. And I'm at that point where I brought it in here actually, because it had spider mites and I treated it. And I've been treating it, but this is so bad. I've even got it like right next to the humidifier, and I feel like it's gonna work. I'm gonna make it work. It is. And I'm gonna get this looking like the same kind that I have in the other room, where they're just huge. I mean, they're huge. They're just huge. Yep. And they're really, honestly, Freydicks are not hard to take care of at all. They're just the dang spider mites. But I just clip them off. But and hey, it looks like there's a little corm right there. Sticking out from there, and they're super easy to propagate. So I think, I actually put one of my propagations from a Freydick right here. That was another one I just neglected. This, like I said, these are all ones that I kind of wanted to give more like support to, that I neglected and wanted to kind of put them in there to just kind of give them like their nice little hotel or something for a while, or a nice little house stay for a while. So, and whoever asked before, this was also treated. Some spider mites there. So I don't know. Sometimes it's very frustrating when you see them on plants that you feel like you've worked so hard to keep them off of, but it happens. So the Dracaena. Oh yeah, are you talking about that one right there? I think I always forget the name. It's the Dracaena Florida Beauty Golden Dust.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah, what's weird about this one is I think one day, and this was like a long time ago when before I cleaned this terrarium out, when it first was kind of getting its new like this, I started noticing this one was just so pretty. And it was another one that I neglected. I didn't really do, and then I just started noticing, I was like, man, that's actually really pretty. So I'm happy that it's just been doing really well in here.
That's weird.
It has, so.
You know what's weird about that?
No, it is, it
looks like spider mites.
I know, that's funny. I was just going to say the same thing, but it's not. It's obviously not. It's like the modeling on the leaves. It's beautiful, but I see it. That's funny you say that, because it looks, the pattern is like kind of, and we're starting to put collect, I've got a lot of crystals upstairs, but I'm putting crystals on here because I just think it's pretty to look at. And I love just having rocks from different places and things like that. Yeah, it is really pretty. Just like it looks like little speckles. It is unique, and I love that because I feel like that's, I don't know, it's just different, and I love it. So, Nicole says, what kind of? I think what it says is, what kind of cactus is that? If we're talking about that one, that's this. Oh, this that's the. Euphorbia, I think is what it is. Euphorbia, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Euphorbia. Euphorbia trigona. And this one will get huge. And this is like the easiest thing to take care of. It's like all...
It's big though.
I do not... once I say that, hey, I've neglected this plant the most, then I look at another one, I'm like, nope, it's this one. And I think this one's definitely high on the list of, hey, I think I've neglected that one. But it does great. I have another one that's like sitting somewhere. I think it's actually up there. It's doing pretty well. So I definitely like plants like that just kind of thrive without hardly any. Sometimes I can be a little bit overbearing with some plants, so I try to keep the ones that I shouldn't be touching a lot, try to keep them on the top shelf. I shouldn't have that one up there because that one needs to be watered a lot. But like even the begonia, and that one is just big, so that's why that's up there. And the veitchii is just
up there because it's big as well. Vicia is just super thriving up there.
Yeah, it is.
Vicia is happy. That's the happiest that this Vicia was not happy when we first got it. It just was not. It was like the leaves were doing weird things. But since it's been, I repotted it and I put it up there. It has been looking just amazing. So, well, I'm gonna sign off. Our dogs are barking, so I'm gonna bring them in. And you guys have a good Sunday tomorrow. If it's Sunday for you, I don't know if somewhere else in the world. It might be somewhere else.
Well,
if you're somewhere else,
I guess you're right.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Time zone's different. You may already be in.
I think Australia's like
I don't
almost
know.
opposite of us, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So if you guys have a good Sunday tomorrow, if that's what you're doing, and then have a good rest of your night.
It's already Sunday here.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your night, and we'll be back on maybe tomorrow, just depending. I've got a bunch of things I got to do, but thank you guys for joining in.